on this computer. It'll be short. So if you and Dee Dee wanted to be on this, you could be. That just is tethers you more, of course, to Screen 360 TV, and we haven't spoken about equity and that kind of stuff yet. So, what's your thinking?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah. Now, I mean,
where would our names be on there? I don't even know.
You would
Would it just be knowledge?
You would be an individual with direct knowledge.
Okay.
I don't think it's that essential, because I'm noted as both the president and the secretary. So then it all comes back to me. If anything fails, it all comes back to me. So better that one person fail than three.
So it's a sole
proprietorship.
Well,
not exactly.
No, because it's a corporation. Yeah, so small corporation, right?
Small corporation, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that is. I mean, if it's a corporation, then everything comes back to me. If it's an S corp, then it goes. Anything happens to, then it goes to the stakeholders, and that's what the S means, right? Is that
Yeah.
And we really don't have any stakeholders yet. We can easily change to an S corp later on.
Well, I thought we are an S corp right now.
No, this is just a regular corp, C corp, I think. Let's see here. Doesn't state exactly. Well, let's see what this declare. Okay, not doing anything fraudulent. False statements, no. Okay.
A C corp is usually like a big corporation that's taxed separately from its owners, so it's double taxed.
Okay.
And an S corp is, I think, smaller.
Let's do a quick lookup for that, because these things, I've looked at them, but they are clearly not staying with me. Versus an LLC, right? An S corp is a closely held corporation that makes a valid election to be taxed under subchapter S of Chapter 1 of the Internal Revenue Code. In general, S corporations do not pay any income taxes.
They're usually a lot smaller. Most corporations are C corps. S corps don't get the double taxation that regular corporations get.
Oh, okay. In Germany, there was a doppelte tax, they called it, and I think it has something else to do with being taxed in two countries, but it might still have something to do with that. Okay, and an LLC, private limited company, is a business structure that can combine pass-through taxation of a partnership or sole proprietorship with the limited liability of a corporation. Ooh. An LLC is not a corporation under state law. It is a legal form of a company that provides limited liability to its owners in many jurisdictions. They're known for the flexibility that they provide to business owners, depending on the situation. They may use corporate tax rules instead of being treated as a partnership. And under such circumstances, LLCs may be organized as not-for-profit. Oh my goodness, this is, yeah. Boy, you really got to put on your accountant's hat for this.
Yeah, C corporations are usually for profit.
Well, this is for profit. Although, I just think about what the woman at Andreessen Horowitz said, like most people do, consider nonprofit. Huh. I had my mind made up at that one point, but let's see. LLC is a hybrid legal entity having certain characteristics of both corporate and partnership or sole proprietorship. Now, let's see. It's a type of unincorporated association distinct from a corporation. Well, the corporation, yeah. What's your clarity for what you know so far, what we are so far?
Well, right now
we're in the valley of death, but right.
Yeah, I mean, because if we got people who wanted to invest, we should be just a regular corporation. But right now, it's sort of like a sole proprietorship because it's all just on you,
right?
On your money. But an LLC and corporations have the limited liability. So if they end up failing and are in a ton of debt, it's on the stakeholders and the company itself rather than falling on you.
Right.
So as long as it's one of those three, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just corporations get investments where LLCs, I think they're considered partnerships. It's just a different way. But C corps are double taxed. But all corporations usually are C corps. And then LLCs, I think, like you said, it's passed through taxation. So the individual people part of the company get taxed individually, I think, rather than the company getting double taxed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's not a big deal, but I think
we'll stay with the corporation, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I'll fix it so that it says screen360.tv. The reason I went with this was because of the $250,000 matching grant. And
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and to be able to take large sums of money. Okay, that's good. So that's the change I'll make. And that's the meeting with Lisa Friedlander on Monday. If you could make that would be edifying for all of us, I think. John Gamba said, might cost $1,000. We'll see what she is willing to do, because our $2,000 needs to go to Satinder, and we need to move forward with that. By the way, I did experience Remo the other day, or just yesterday. Really cool. And it worked well. We had a great group of people who I will continue to be in touch with, and they will support us, I can imagine, in the future. And like I said, one of them showed up this morning. And yeah, I think Remo would be great in the future. And so these are just things I would talk to Satinder about, how we can incorporate Remo, how can we incorporate Round the World. Yeah,
Remo is pretty cool.
Remo is more like a film festival. Now, the other film festival interfaces, I think their USP is more about ticketing, but they might have that as well. Are you talking about any of that in your classes yet? How online festivals, how festivals have moved to online? Any insight to that yet? Not yet. Yeah, I have to look at that still.
Well, yeah, that's not really something we learn that's just kind of common sense, I think.
Well, I mean, the like Frameline Festival moved to a certain type, and I think Dee Dee is using that same type. We have to ask her Dee Dee's festival right now.
Oh, is she using Remo?
No, no, they're not using Remo. And I mean, that's also what's interesting is to use something that's not traditionally intended, like we're using Zoom as a film festival. Um, and then that gives us perhaps some leverage with the company as a philanthropical entity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, working those angles helps. Okay, good. Anything you need help with that we can do? Oh, there it is. 2 million shares. That's what we're working on.
Okay.
Oh, Dee Dee just came in. Okay, she wanted to say hello, so we'll take a few minutes before your class. Hey, Dee Dee. Oh, there you go. Unmute. There we go.
Got it.
Great.
Okay.
Good. Good. Nice to see you. Nice to have us all together.
I know. I'm going, oh my God, I can't believe this. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you? I don't want to interrupt.
Well, we just finished what we're doing. We're staying with the corporation, and I'm going to repair it to say that it says screen360.tv rather than Screen360 Inc. So then we don't have to do a doing business ad, which is just another $100 a year or every 2 years or something like that. We don't need that. So I'm very clear about that. Yeah, we're checking in about using other platforms like Remo. And what's the name of the platform that your film festival is using right now?
CineSend. C-I-N-E. I'm sorry, CINESEND. I think it's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's what Frameline used and several others.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. That's good. That's good. Okay, and it's working well.
It's working really, really well. Yeah, I think that we're in COVID, right? So it's all virtual, and some schools are having issues because their Chromebooks can't accept that much data. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
Right.
Are you able to do a Q&A through CineSend?
What we did was we recorded some Q&As,
Right.
and yeah, we haven't tried that yet. It's so new this year that we haven't gone there yet because we weren't sure how well attended it was going to be, ultimately. And it's like, it is what it is in the sense that not all teachers and kids at home, and there's a lot of those stuff that has to happen for kids to watch a film and teachers to have time to have the kids watch a film. So therefore, I think right now we've had 446 clicks, kids looking for movies. They've got their own, they have their own menu. They have their own Illuminate menu.
Okay.
They can only see the Illuminate films. But we've had, this morning, we had 225 films that have been watched. Okay. So we have to disaggregate the data still to see what that means exactly.
And that was since Wednesday or Tuesday?
Since Tuesday, right? Since Tuesday. Yeah.
That's great. But
yeah.
I'm just guessing that the staff might have had a trial of CineSend and you didn't try a Q&A then?
I am thinking that in the regular program, the mainline program, there isn't a Q&A. There isn't one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So today they're having a happy hour for like the filmmakers, like 50 filmmakers are going to be on a happy hour today, and people can ask questions and things like that. But that's the only thing that they've done that's kind of like live like that.
Is that on Zoom?
It is on Zoom.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing. So I still feel like we're ahead of the curve, guys.
I think so too. I think that what we've been, I think that H4R, I think that the GSVs, I think all those things have helped us. move, I think we are. I think we're kind of, we see a bigger picture, possibilities, I think. Yeah, I think that yeah, it's interesting. I need to have time to sit down and reflect. We've taken in so much, the three of us have taken in so much information, that we had to like sift it out, as to what do we think, what do we think works for us, the need out there. I mean, this whole thing, you hear the word empathy everywhere.
Yep.
Everywhere, all day long, the GSV, ASU, it's all you heard was empathy. I saw a documentary on, her name is Agnes Gund. You probably heard of her. She used to be the head of the MoMA in New York City.
Yeah.
And she had a really good, she made one statement I really liked, and that was, without empathy, there's no justice, and I thought that was huge, and I thought, and it's, how do we get, that's what we're about. How do we get that across in a way that addresses a learning skill of sorts? Okay. How do we fine tune it, get it into, just 20 words or less, let's say, how does it address learning skills without seeming like we're like holier than thou or prescriptive, or, it's, everyone should be, it's kind of like the value of it, as it applies to, education, to business, to, what life, whatever,
Sure.
that's, I think that's a huge message, but we need to boil it down to, something that is very, dynamic, right? Or something that's really very, you want to have it. It's so important, our mission is, so I don't know.
Certainly, it's certainly what has kept people going back to the D school, both in California and in Germany, and generates a lot of executive education. So keep thinking about that, and we could have a brainstorm. Just because Jack has to go in a few minutes. I wanted to find out when we can meet for a longer stretch and go over that long outline I gave you of things to discuss. Wondering,
I
I know
think
you're going till Saturday, is that right, Dee Dee?
we're going till Sunday. We're going till,
Sunday.
we opened it up for more days, so till Sunday. But I think that next week I should be back. I should be all back, so.
Maybe next Wednesday, Jack? Do you think that would work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can do next Wednesday.
I think next Wednesday is good. Let me see. So that we have.
But I'm busy. I'm busy in the evening. I'm busy at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock PM.
So before.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Okay. So Wednesday will be the 14th.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So let's see. Don't have anything yet from.
I could do in the morning.
What's your preferred, Jack?
8 a.m.
Okay.
8, yeah, 8 to 9. So if I have John Marheneke come in, it might be 10 or so, but he hasn't set that yet. We haven't set that yet. So 8 a.m. Good.
Okay.
8 a.m. So let's take a 2-hour block. And if we're shorter.
Okay.
Can you do that, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, you see the list there and come ready to respond, and then we'll knock it out.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Good.
So how are we doing?
Had a great show this morning.
What'd you say?
I had a great show this morning with the Sparta kids, and one of the gents that I met yesterday doing the charrette in Remo. So I tried out Remo through GSV. He came on. And I'm excited to continue to connect with Simon Colley. You can look at, I'll show you him on LinkedIn another time, but really, really great in process design. So,
nice.
Yeah. So this is a great group of people that I connected with yesterday, and we were jammed into 2 hours in the charrette and came up with some really good solutions. So that's for the future. And I'm putting the Sparta class up on YouTube now, so you can have a look at that soon.
Did you get more Spartas or was it the same one? The same
Not
class?
yet. I haven't
yet.
gotten any more Spartas. I've reached out to Missouri and to Mississippi, and to Greece. I've reached out to all of them, and hoping they'll be coming in the future. And Ohio is incorporated. It doesn't seem that they have a high school there. Sparta, Ohio.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I don't know, actually. Yeah, I can look
Check
it
that
up.
out, would you? And keep
Okay,
keep
well, sure.
keep your ears open for more schools. I found one in Indianapolis called Thrival, and their whole mission is to extend travel, learning through traveling. And I think I showed you them. So I'm got a letter half written to them, and I think they would be really into this. I'm hoping
Mhm.
that they could do it. So yeah, they're exactly the demographic we want.
So it was, you felt that Sparta was like, now that they were familiar with how it works, it was a better conversation or more engaging. Kids were more in it.
Yeah, yeah, and we actually showed 2 films this morning. We showed What Does Your Film Taste Like and Fliegen, and had 4 minutes Q&A after Fliegen, but I thought it worked really well because then they got to see how some elements were used a second time in the film.
Nice.
So yeah, it was really great. It was great for me too, to
Good.
get their feedback. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Wonderful. Good. And
Yeah.
John Gamba, did he ever send you that recording or no?
He sent me a recording. He attempted, but it's not. It wasn't the right link. So I'm hoping he'll still send it. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think he's accustomed to sending out the link, so he sent me something, but it wasn't the right thing. And so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that was a good meeting.
It was a good meeting. Yeah, go ahead, Jack. Reflect on it, because Dee Dee
Yeah.
met John.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Tell
you
me.
haven't met him?
No.
Oh,
Well, didn't you attend any of the industry meetings that were on a Wednesday,
Oh,
I
I
believe,
did.
during Jesse? He
Yes,
was the
I did.
one running it. He was the
Yes.
quarterback.
I did. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Sorry. Yeah. So what did he say? That was.
he said a lot of things. I should have taken notes.
I
But
did take notes, and so if we don't have the recording,
it was
and-
mostly about investments and how to get people on board because that's what we're struggling with.
right, we spoke about uh, a conversion. Is it called? No, when you offer, someone offers you money, you write this kind of note for them, convertible note, a
Convertible note, yeah.
So then that money turns into shares. And so
Oh.
that is that kind of investment. And that's the next level after angel investment. And
I see.
angel investments could be convertible notes. They
Mhm.
should be, I think. But sometimes angels just want to drop money on you and feel good
Mhm.
about that. I haven't
Right.
met those people yet, but I would
Right.
like to.
Yeah.
But I
But
also told you, Dee Dee, that he spoke about the tripod. The
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
that's what he led with, and I haven't gotten a response back from any of our teachers yet about the professional development, what they would like to
Yeah.
see. But
Right.
that's out there. They'll get that back to me.
Well, I wonder what he meant by that. I mean, did he actually, if he meant train, if he's talking about professional development in terms of training, does he mean that we would be teaching teachers, we would be training them to hold a conversation, or what do you? I don't know what he meant. Was it just resources, ideas for things to do in the classroom, or
Well,
did he mean?
here's what I believe it is. It is one, first considering it and being open to the teacher's questions, and also creating those questions for the teachers.
Right.
What do you need to learn from us,
Mhm.
and what can help you?
Mhm.
And I think in our modeling the questions, and
Right.
that is one thing, but
Mhm.
yeah, having a whole workshop, I think that's something in the future.
Okay.
So it's just within the context of what we already do, I believe. But
I think so
with
too.
the number one thing of is recognizing the need for that.
Right. So have you had, see, like we did a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but we did, you always have to, I always, as teachers, you worry, you don't want to tell another teacher exactly what to do. You don't know his or her classroom, and nor the students. So therefore, just gentle little, in case you're like not sure what to do with this film, or, not what conversation you might direct your class with this film. So we put out a couple of resources. We created a couple of resources for the films that they're seeing. But we have to wait till it's all over, because we have a survey, and one of the questions is, did you use the resources, were they helpful, whatever, and see what the feedback is. I have a feeling, I don't know, I have a feeling that probably not, but it's nice to have, right? I mean, it's nice to offer, whether they use them or don't use them, whatever, but it is a nice feature for sure, just to, put it out there to help them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I think so too. And
Yeah.
other films, lists of other films of that nature, that's a big job. We also have to remember that we're 3. So
Right.
continue to think lean.
Exactly.
Continue to think
Yeah.
lean.
Yes, I think so starting next week, I'm going to get on all the films and start doing, what we did with that first one, when you and I had that big discussion, which was a really good discussion. As we design stuff, what is it that, we're after, we want to offer, etc. And we can come up with questions that I think are provocative, timely, relevant, the whole thing with the film. And I think we can do that, and whether they use them or not, who knows, but at least
I think, there's 2 or 3 extra questions. That's enough.
right.
Because we saw, well, I mean, the film was full of questions today. There's about 7 questions. And yeah, it doesn't take that many, just one main one. Yeah. And Jack, I'm looking at the time. You have 2:45, and
Okay.
my mom is waiting for me, and
Ooh.
I'm gonna do. And then we're going to go out and demonstrate a little bit together at 5 o'clock today. Me and the
Great.
ladies. Yes, I'm going to stand on this corner of Division and 18th in Portland and hold up Black Lives Matter signs. And
Nice.
my mom asked to do that, and that's really great. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're kidding. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
great.
That's
I'm
great.
going to San Diego.
What are you doing in San Diego?
I'm visiting some friends in San Diego. I need a break. I've had a very busy week. I've had,
Sounds like it.
I think, 3 midterms,
Ooh.
Oh,
and then doing other things. I'm doing So, but I'm a USC senator now.
Ah!
So if you ever want, I mean, I can bring Screen 360 up to the president, because I can talk to President Folt whenever I want. So.
You don't need to ask. You ask him when he wants to see a demonstration
Exactly.
live, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And you can give him clips. There are several actually now. We have 3, and I'm going to edit something together that's, maybe 10 minutes that people can see in a bite. But now we've got some really rich stuff. And that's good. Yes, Senator Rasmussen, that seems fitting. That's great. What else can you squeeze in?
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. Yeah. I mean, they just asked me, and I was like, sure, I'm not going to turn down a Senate position.
Yeah, well, that's very good. No, that's good. Just keep saying yes, and I hope your roommate is better.
Yeah, he is. He's actually buying a new car right now. He's getting a Toyota truck. He's negotiating at the dealership right now.
Oh my goodness. So and it should have some kind of HEPA filter in it, right? So
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, we've got it in our family too. My brother's new wife, her daughter contracted it, and from a sleepover, unfortunately. So my brother doesn't have it, fortunately, and his wife doesn't have it either. But the little girl, and my brother calls her Miss Teen COVID, and so she's unfortunate. But I think getting through it. But we've all.
I think that the president, I wish he would do something right, but who knows? He's right there crazy.
Yeah, did you guys watch the debate?
Yes.
Oh,
yes. She was great, and the only thing that they're
She was.
Yeah, the only thing that they're holding against her is talking about stacking the courts. It's like, why ask?
Yeah.
It's in our toolkit. We can use it if we want to, but they stuck by their guns and they're gonna let the people decide. So
Right,
that was a
exactly.
fair enough answer. She wasn't holding back anything.
Yeah.
No.
She referenced Abe Lincoln. She did do a good job. She did
Yeah,
really good.
I thought so
Yeah.
too. I
She
thought so
was very,
too.
she was very safe. She was very safe,
Yeah.
which is really sad, right? I mean, the fact as a woman, you didn't want to
Mm,
come across as aggressive or whatever, mean or blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
but
I
it's
heard that. Yeah.
in time, in time.
You
In
know,
time.
when she needs to, she's going to get out there. Well, she did it enough. She gave him the I am talking. I am
Yeah, a
talking.
lot.
I
He
know.
interrupted her a lot. He really did.
Oh, so rude. So rude. But
Yeah,
then
that
he
was
turned on the charm and said, congratulations on this
Yeah,
historic.
he did that a lot. He did that a lot. Yeah.
Oh
awful.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But then the fly stole the show.
That was so funny. Me and my roommate were cracking up when the fly was
was-
on his head for 5 minutes. It wouldn't leave.
Oh, I didn't notice it because it was good. The top of the TV was a little cut off, but oh my goodness, how funny that was.
That was great.
Yeah.
And I've seen memes from RBG dressed in a black. Right? Have you seen that? It was me.
Exactly. That was fabulous.
That was
Yeah,
funny.
it was
That was
good.
fun.
It was really, I thought it was good. Definitely better than the first debate with Trump and with Biden. So that was good.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Okay. So Jack, you're getting on the road. I'm going to get
Yeah.
on the road, but you both have high schools you're connected to. Send them to me, and I will sign them up.
Oh, sure,
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
High schools. What do you mean by high school?
Well, high schools that want to jump into our pilot.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And starting to stretch it out. Take a look at the website to see if, I mean, it's minimal, but is it clear?
Okay.
And I show in the schedule, I show the person's class. Does that put somebody off? I say join in with this class. How might that be
Mhm,
more clearly presented
mhm,
within the tools that I have?
mhm. Yeah. It's yeah. Well, not only that, but we have a time constraint, right? I mean, it's a classroom. It's a teacher. There's a time constraint. So ordinarily, unless you were going to partner up with on a steady basis with Sparta and MIDI and so, where they got to know each other all year long by attending the same sessions, and they connected, and you didn't have to do all the icebreaker stuff, then I think that would be ideal, obviously.
Well,
But,
that's
yeah, I mean, but right now it's like, what do you
well,
do?
we're trying to grow onto those, and they're all aware that they would. And think about film festival. Yes, there might be strangers who will join, but they're not going to be strangers afterwards, and they can rejoin and rejoin. So each opportunity is the opportunity to connect with an international peer. Whether
Mhm,
they do it all year round, we hope that they go through the school year, but they may not. So
mhm.
we want to build on those. We can
Right,
build on
exactly.
them. Maybe
Yeah,
for
because
the spring, but
that's definitely a shortcoming that I see right now with all the kids watching it. We don't see kids, we don't see teachers, right? We're problem solving and this and that, whatever, all, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like it's not that shared experience. It isn't right now that shared experience, because a kid could be watching it by himself at home, somewhere, and then another one somewhere else at home. And
you're
I don't
watching
mean,
asynchronously, I believe.
yeah, not
Right?
talking to each other necessarily, and
Yeah.
so I don't, you can't see that right now. So you can't see the teacher as, making that happen or not, making those connections. So
Yeah, okay.
it's weird right
It's
now for
it's
me.
weird,
It's
but
weird.
take a look at our evidence that it's
Oh
working.
yeah.
It's working.
Yeah, I agree. No, totally, I agree. That's what we need. But and that would be ideal if it could be kind of like you talked before, like Coursera, right? So if it could be like a course where like 3 schools signed up for a Monday block or whatever, and then there was that consistency of same faces, same interactions. Kind of, you could develop that that classroom, culture. And then people might actually be free to talk to each other more, really go deeper into questions. But at the end of the day, you only have 45 minutes or whatever the class period time is that the teacher can give us, so the films, that means if we were going to have that, which would be nice, that kind of a culture, then the films would definitely have to be, 15 minutes or less, in order to fit everything in that you had to fit in, so.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Oh, I know. Right. We are. Yeah, we are. Definitely we are. Yeah. But that's why I think the shorter films it's what we have to have, the shorter ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. That's what we
That
want.
program. So.
Dee Dee, you might want to change. I like it. It says Deluminate TD Pierce.
What's that?
Your name. Your name says Deluminate TD Pierce.
Where's that? Where's
your
that?
Your name on your Zoom.
Your name on your Zoom.
What? You're kidding.
Yeah. Just before your next.
Click the 3 buttons and change your name.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How'd that happen? Okay.
It's probably moving really fast.
How weird is that? Okay.
It's kind of cute. Okay.
Okay.
I think we've got to go, but we have next Wednesday at 8 a.m.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool.
All righty. Okay,
Have a good time. Good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Happy
Yeah,
screening. I'm looking forward to seeing Asshole, the movie.
Oh, it's good. It's really, really good. It's really thought-provoking. It's really good. You have to watch it. It's very good. Yeah, okay.
I'll look for the trailer. Thanks,
Yes.
guys.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Safe travels, Jack.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
Jack. Okay, bye-bye. Okay.